Pip, pip. Alors cette chanson, ça venait de Liban.
Oui, c'est
C'est
libanaise, c'est une chanteuse pop libanaise.
So this was a Lebanese song. The
Yeah.
song you played first
Was a Moroccan, so North African, Moroccan or Algerian, but the singer was Moroccan, but it's a sharqi song from North Africa, but West Africa.
So I think this is important for people to just maybe visualize. If you think of the African continent and you look at the top, which is a big curve, and you've got the east coast, the west coast, and you've got the east coast, Morocco is west coast.
Yes, actually I will explain it. It's like the introduction of my workshop tomorrow. I will explain what I'm covering because I am a geographer originally, so I'm very like mapping. About mapping, and so you have to know that Morocco in Arabic means Maghrib, which means west, where the sun sets. Maghrib is the time when the sun sets. So, and Sharq is the east. So everything and is where the sun rises. So Maghrib was actually the end of the Arabic Empire. So Morocco is really west, and then you have Algeria, then you have Tunisia, and then Libya, and then Egypt, and then you have the sea, and then you have, but it's with Israel and Saudi on the south. So this is actually, Egypt is in between. It's North African country, but it's in between. So it's like a transition country, I will say. And then you have the country of the Gulf and the Levantine, which is Jordani, Liban. And then you have Turkey, which is a little bit apart, but is still included because geographically talking, I will say that where the Arab invasion and Islam expansion.
Through Turkey.
Through Turkey,
Yep.
even they were not speaking Arabic, they speak Turkish. And then I cover in my workshop also Iraq. But I didn't went more than that, because then it become more Asia, I will say, for me, like speaking geographically speaking. It's kind of very complex to define those this zone. But North African, so is from Morocco to, I will say, Egypt included, and then you have the east.
So the idea of where the music is coming from the east or the west, and the arc of the
Yeah,
of
actually,
the North African continent.
So all those countries had indigenous people. For example, in North Africa, we had before from North Morocco to Libya, we had the Amazigh people empire was like the indigenous, and then in the other part we had different. Indigenous, but the Arabs, when they invaded those countries, they bring the Arabic language and the religion, Islam, and the music. And actually, the Arabic music I'm speaking, because we had also like local music, of course, you know what I mean. But then also a lot of instruments came from Iraq, from Baghdad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So local music, but then also ethnomusicology, mix and match of instrumentation from various other countries.
Yeah, it's actually very complex topic, really, because it's a very dynamic population and movement, and
it's so interesting to understand this, though, because I think a lot of people go Middle East and lump everything into one bucket.
No, it's not.
And there's so many different diverse populations and languages and cultures, music, dance, food, to sort of, but they all sort of morph into each other, you know, like with no edges, you know, they mix and match a little bit.
Actually, if I can give an analogy for that, the analogy will be like Europe. We had the Greek and the Roman, but Roman extension is really what made the mapping of Europe today. When you study the history of Europe, you can say the same with Middle East. So we had all the different population, and then you have the Arabs, which are the analogically we can compare them to the Romans, and this is what made like a similarity, an identity commune, but at the same time we are different because Spain is not Italy. You know, it's not the same language, it's different culture. So Morocco is not Turkey, but I understand better a Turkish person than an Italian person, for example, culturally speaking.
Okay, so there's like an umbrella,
Yes.
the organization, and then underneath that.
Yeah.
So we're moving actually from left to right across the African continent, right? We started in Morocco,
Yes.
and then we moved.
Yeah, to Lebanon, but like really, like we were already on Levantine. Yeah. Yeah.
So what about Egyptian music?
So Egyptian music, actually Egypt was, I will call the Hollywood of the Arabic country. I mean about the Middle Eastern, North African. It was the Hollywood. So it's where really the movies and cinema comes out, and actually also the golden era. This is really all my research. Nobody teach me this or that. Like I really spent so much time to understand that by going, taking workshop, and realizing that actually really the Oriental dance, sharqi, that was born in Egypt was really an innovation. Was an innovation artistic, I will say. And this Oriental was a fusion dance. If we really, because it was influenced by ballet.
Okay. The lines.
Yeah,
Okay.
and also it's very important to understand the context politic. And that time, there is colonization. So England and French were in that era of the globe, and particularly in Egypt, they were like fighting for the Suez Canal. So that's a very important thing. So a lot of people that they couldn't succeed. This is, I read that under my video when I have my dance video on YouTube. People like start to fight and go and discuss, and I love it because then I get a lot of information from people. And some people I read that they were telling about some singers, they like Moroccan, for example, if they couldn't succeed in Morocco, they go to Egypt. Like people here in America, they go to Hollywood to have a career. This is what they were doing in our era zone of the.
Can you play an Egyptian song so that we can compare and contrast that?
Oh my God, which style? This is the thing. I would like maybe to share a song. I will try to find a short one because they are long, very long.
We can always
Cut
down.
that? Okay, yeah, okay. I'm gonna share.
There's not enough time in the world for all of this.
I'm sorry.
No. I'm just wishing we had more time.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
if you want to know more about this, there are some tickets left for the show at Bright Star World Dance tonight. Just go to brightstarworlddance.com and click on the events. You'll figure it out. Okay, Rosa's shaking her head. What? Come and say what we should do.